Welcome to 21st Century IT Kids. I am Jalil. Our first lesson is on graphical user interface, and in part 1 we are going to explore the Windows desktop. These are some of the things we'll be looking at. We have the features of the desktop icons. On the desktop we can find programs, we can find folders, and we can find files. Now we have the taskbar, the start menu, programs, open program, notification area, and then we will also learn how to navigate through the features on the desktop. Now let me go straight to the desktop. When we say a desktop, this whole interface is what we call a desktop, and you can see a list of items here on the desktop. So this list of items is what we call icons. This list of items are called icons. So as I said earlier on, the icons on the desktop can also be grouped into several forms. We have the programs, we have folders, and we have files. Programs, folders, and files. Now let's look at them one after the other. Let's look at those that are programs. Things like this are programs. What I am clicking on, they are all programs. And when we say a program, it is a setup or an application that is used to perform a specific task. An application that is used to perform a specific task. That is application software, as you might have learned earlier on. So the programs are not copied and pasted on the desktop. When you run a program on the system, or when you install a program on the system, some of them create shortcuts on the desktop, and that is why you can see this small arrow there show that it is a shortcut of the program on the desktop, but the actual program run in the system. So if you send the cursor closer to it, you will see the location. This one is an internet program, Connectify. We have this as a mobile partner. We use it to connect modem. When you fix the modem, you can use it to connect to the internet. So you can see the location given when you send the cursor close to it. So programs are installed and shortcuts created on the desktop. So right now, if I right click on this program and click on delete, but this program is not deleted, it is still running in the system because I only deleted the shortcut. So in order to remove a program completely, you have to go to the control panel. You go to your control panel, then you go to uninstall a program. When you do this, then you see the list of programs that are running on the computer. Then you can choose one and then you uninstall it. But if you delete the shortcut on the desktop, it doesn't mean the program is completely gone. Now, let me go back to a folder. A folder is like a basket in our real life that you put your items in. Your mom is going to the market, she pick a basket, go buy ingredients and put them inside the basket and come home. So the folder is something that collects some information into it, or you can group some information inside a folder. So right now, all the things that are on this folder, if I display all of them on this desktop, the whole desktop will be full. The whole desktop will be full. So I decided to group them according to their functions. If I have music, I can group only the music in one folder. I can group only videos in one. So if you group them that way, you realize that you'll be able to collect a whole number of things into a specific folder, and then you will see that you will. So a folder, if I try to open this one, let me open this. You see that I have other folders in there. So we call them subfolders. A folder that is found within another folder is called a subfolder. So all these folders you can see here are what we call subfolders because it is found inside another folder, and they also contain other information. So if I click something like this, you'll see that now we can have the files in it. So a folder contains files and subfolders. A folder contains files and subfolders. If I scroll down, you will see that there are files shown down there. There's files displayed here, and that is also part of the folder I just opened. So knowledge base is also part of the folder I just opened. Now, we said a folder contains subfolders and files. You can group only your programs here. If I open this one, I have only my softwares that I have on the computer in here. Now you can see some of them, the setups are here, and some are supposed to be in folders. So these ones are now subfolders because they are found within another folder. We'll be looking at on the desktop is the files. The files contain the content. The file contains the content of the information that it's supposed to carry. Remember, in this computer, we have some group of informations at specific locations. So some of them are supposed to be readable, others are videos, others are audios, and in that order. So a file contains the actual content. This one is a Word document, and that is a file. This is an audio, and that is a file. If I open this, you can see other files in here. We have these ones here as videos. All these things are videos. So these files here, the folders and the programs, are items that can be found on a desktop of a computer. Now, let me go down to the taskbar. This thin line at the bottom of the desktop is what we call a taskbar. This is a taskbar. Now, let me take you through that taskbar too. Right now, you can see the round thing here. We call that a start button. If you click on it, then the start menu shows up. This is the start button, and this display is the start menu because it contains lists of items that have their functions. So a start button is here. Now we have these things as programs. This is a Windows Explorer. This is a folder or a Windows Explorer. Whatever you open, if it is a folder, it comes to group here. Right now, as I have a folder here, if I happen to open another folder, you will see that this thing will duplicate. So it has shown that we have two folders running, and when you send the cursor, they display the two folders. And when you happen to close all of them, then you will see the folder there without anything. You see that it is not showing that something is open there. By looking at this one is different from the rest because it is opened. So this one here is an opened program. That is why it is selected. And this one is also selected. This is also selected, meaning they are opened. Then the rest are not. But they are all programs that are on the taskbar. Now coming to this other part of the taskbar. This other part of the taskbar is what we call the notification area. This one, if you click on this small triangle showing up, you see that there are a list of items here. If I drag them and drop them on the taskbar, they will all show. You see that they will notify that these things are on the computer. So this part is what we call the notification area. This is the battery. This is the internet access, the wireless connection, and this one is the system volume. This is date and time. If I click on it, you can see a clear picture of it. This is down here. So that is the notification area. Now, one last thing before we leave this particular topic, I want to show you how you can form a desktop, or you can group your icons on the desktop. Right now, if you right click on it and you go to view, you see that you can show that your icons should be very large this way. Now I don't want it that way. I can say small icons, and you see that the icons will change into smaller size. Now if I say sort by arrangement, name, it will show them A to Z. It will arrange all the icons on the desktop from A to Z. Size, it will show the one with the highest capacity to be first, or the one with the least capacity should be last. It should be first. So the date, the item type, you can group them only folders, as I did here. You see that only files are in line, programs are in line, and folders are also in line. That is item type. And then date modify. The date you kept any program on the desktop will also be shown. Now, if I happen to, maybe I don't want to show my desktop icons, I come this way, view, then I click on show desktop icon. You see that it's checked. If I click on it again, it will not be checked. So let me do this. You see that icons are on the desktop, but they're not shown. Now, what am I going to do? If I want to locate my icons on the desktop, I can simply come to the taskbar, right click on the taskbar, go to tools bar, then you click on desktop. You see that a desktop is created below here. Now, if I click on this small arrow here, you see that the list of items that are on the desktop will be displayed here. Now you can navigate through. Them. Then if I want to go to this, you send the cursor there, it give you a flyout menu. Now you can go in there. If there's a folder and you send the cursor there, give you another flyout in that order. So all the list of items that are in those folders will be displayed as in another flyout. So that is another way you can group your items on the desktop. Thank you very much for this lesson. Watch out for the next video. Goodbye.